OG Fortnite is back, and this time it's back forever with true OG weapons, sounds, and even its own OG battle pass. This is everything you need to know about OG's permanent return, including free OG rewards you don't want to miss. The OG pass will include 45 tiers and 3 OG skins that have been slightly tweaked that you can see completely being unlocked on screen here, as we've got some true OG Fortnite gameplay covering everything that's OG and even some things that are not. This will be more OG than the return of OG that we've seen in the past, with things that we have literally not seen in the game for over 7 years. Fortnite are going all out, and it all kicks off on Friday the 6th of December, where we'll see the return of the Chapter 1 Season 1 map, which is the very first version of the map. It's worth noting that this map is so old, but it doesn't have tilted towers. It has the fully completed, undestroyed Dusty Depot and even factories. Some incredible POIs that will all be back in the game, and things that make it even more OG than before, like the return of Anarchy Acres. Now, we will cycle through different Chapter 1 OG seasons, so we won't be playing the Chapter 1 Season 1 map forever. Each season will last around 2 months, as the Battle Pass you can see here will go through to January the 31st, 2025. The 3 skins that are being remixed, as you can see on screen here, start with the Renegade Raider, which has been slightly tweaked and updated to be called the Renegade Rebel. We then also have the Aerial Assault Bomber, a remix of one of the rarest OG skins that even I don't have, the Aerial Assault Trooper. And then the third and final skin is definitely a fan favorite that you'll see on screen in a minute. The Battle Pass will cost 1,000 V-Bucks, its own individual Battle Pass. However, if you're a member of the crew, all Battle Passes are now included in your subscription, including the Lego, music, and all the other passes, and that will cover the OG passes as well. And if you're really excited for the return of OG, you can support me by putting code ALIE into the bottom right corner of the item shop, getting ready for this battle pass to launch in the incredible return of OG Fortnite. Both zero builds and builds modes will be available in OG Fortnite, and in build mode, the material cap has been increased to what it used to be back in the day, which is 999. So many little nods in this mode make it feel as close as possible to the original Fortnite that we played all those years ago, but there are still some things that aren't quite OG that I'll be telling you about as well. The original supply drops are returning. Tomato Town is back, but the biggest things that make this feel really OG come in the form of the loot pool, which is all the weapons, items, and traps that will be available for us to use, things that, as again, I haven't used in over 7 years of playing the game. True to original Fortnite, there will be no minis. That's right, the only way you'll be able to put shield on will be through shield pots or the very original slurp juice, which is also epic rarity like it was when it was very first put back in the game. Fun fact, the shield pots actually used to be grey rarity back in the original day and were super hard to find, so shield will not be easy to come about, just a fair warning. And the grenade has its original 2D flat white image, something that Fortnite just didn't update for months when the game was first released. Traps are back, and these are traps that were so hard to place back in the day because the trap wheel was so confusing, and there are specific traps for specific positions on the wall, believe it or not. You had the wall dynamo. You placed it on walls and it zapped players that walked by, dealing 125 damage. And then there was a specific ceiling zapper that would go on the ceiling of walls, which would also catch people off guard. You could hear them buzzing, but if you weren't paying attention, they would do so much damage to you. The original spike traps are back, and we know how powerful they are. And a different form of movement in the form of jump pads. There were directional jump pads and regular jump pads, and these were placed on like a quarter tile of a normal block, and the directional jump pad sent you in a certain direction, and the regular ones just sort of flew you directly up in the air and you could move a little bit. These things are so old, I barely used them back in the day, so I'm so excited to actually give them a go properly this time. Now, what about the weapons? Here we get really OG with the pump shotgun, and last time we had OG Fortnite Return last year, they didn't give us the actual visual weapon of the OG original pump shotgun. They gave us the updated one. This time it will be the OG look of the gun, and we can double pump. which means you can swap between guns really quickly. There's even a secret reward that will be within the OG mode that wants you to double pump to get the reward completed. This was such a powerful technique, but you needed to be really accurate, and I just love the fact that Fortnite are fully leaning into being like, screw it, you can have everything back in the day, even if it was overpowered. And there are some things on here that are insanely overpowered that I can't believe will be returning. We'll get to that in a bit. Tactical shotgun will be back. The revolver, the semi-auto pistol, and the submachine gun. It was just called the submachine gun. It was the original version, introduced all the way back in the day. It was actually the first ever weapon vaulted in Fortnite's history that has never been seen in the game since. It wasn't even that good. It was kind of weak, to be honest with you, but this will be the first time that most of you have ever used this gun in Fortnite. The tactical submachine gun will return, and the burst assault rifle using the old model, the old visuals we haven't seen in so many years will be back in the game. And the assault rifle, going all the way up to the Scar, of course, will return. The classic assault rifle. And this is where things get a little bit crazy, because there's a reason a lot of things back in the day got changed. And one of the things is that the legendary Scar as a headshot did 72 damage. That means if you're playing build mode, 3 headshots will kill you. That's over 200 damage. That's how ridiculously overpowered it was. So just a fair warning, a lot of things in OG Fortnite weren't quite balanced, but I guess that's the fun of it. It's meant to feel as original to Chapter 1 Season 1 as possible. The bolt action sniper will be returning, extremely powerful, all the way up to legendary rarity as well. The grenade launcher was extremely useful for breaking out builds and dealing high damage. The semi-auto sniper will be available in just epic and legendary rarities like it was back in Season 1 and was a really powerful sniper to spam shots. And the rocket launcher, just like we remember it, allowing for, of course, rocket riding and all of those fun plays. And it looks like even the guided missile launcher, a weapon that so many people wanted to return last year but didn't, will be coming back as well. But we're going to have to wait a few more months because that wasn't added until Chapter 1 Season 3. So if there's a lot of stuff you're remembering from Chapter 1 that didn't fit specifically within Season 1, it should still be coming. We'll just have to wait for the seasons to progress over the months next year. Those seasons will progress through even more battle passes as well, with some incredible skins like a Mega, Carbide, Ragnarok, all having their own seasonal OG battle passes. We'll have double battle passes alongside all the Chapter 6 content, which gets me so excited. But there's even more OG-ness within the graphics, the gun sounds, and the movement that is really important to know about, as the OG graphics have their very own look and feel to them, and the weapon sounds will match the sounds of the original guns as well. The Scar is probably just one that sticks in my head because it sounds so different to how it is when it's been updated since. The lighting is very, very similar. Probably not identical, but as similar as we're going to get to the original Chapter 1 lighting as well, with fog thrown in there as well to really feel like the OG experience. And the UI will be similar, but not quite identical. The health and shield will sit in the bottom left-hand corner rather than in the bottom middle, which is actually where it used to be, but it will still be those same square bars. And most importantly, the OG Victory Royale logo will return. This was only in Chapter 1 until Season 4 and then updated in Season 5, but this OG logo brings back so many memories, and to see that pop up on the screen again, oh man, it will bring back so many memories. The Storm will have the same designs it did. It was like these hexagons and it was quite hard to see through. It was very different to how the Storm looks now, and reboot fans will be there even though they weren't back in Chapter 1, so a slight tweak there. But honestly, I think everyone will be happy to be able to reboot, because if you couldn't, it just isn't very fun. Now, this is something that I'm not sure if I agree with, which is movement will not be 100% OG as far as we're aware, which means some of the new movement features we aren't getting, like sprinting, sliding, mantling, or swimming, which is good, but the animations will match the newer Chapter 5, Chapter 6 moving animations, so won't look quite the same. But honestly, playing on the old map and just walking everywhere and moving in the same ways we did back then is actually a huge part of that original feeling, that if you can suddenly start sliding, triple jumping, wall running, it will just completely not feel OG. So although it will feel slower, it will feel right. Now, just like with every season, there's going to be free rewards, and you do not want to miss out on this, especially since the season will only last a few months. Getting that original Victory Royale within the OG mode will reward you with this Season 1 exclusive victory umbrella with the OG spray planted on top of it. You do not want to miss out on its return. And with that battle pass dropping, as I said, the best way to support me, if you found this information useful, spend a second putting code ALLIE in the bottom right corner of the item shop and get ready for the true return of OG Fortnite. It is going to be incredible. Click on screen here to watch even more videos as I'm about to disappear. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on another video.